You're listening to WSTU Stewart.
This is WPSL Port St. Lucie.
Opinions expressed are those of the show's host, not WPSL or WSTU or eXp Realty. Any reproduction or reuse of this program without written consent of WPSL and WSTU is strictly prohibited. And now, welcome to My Dream Home Radio Show, your chance to find your dream home with Eileen Simons and Paula Brady. And good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Good morning to everybody.
How is everyone?
How you doing?
We're good.
Doing good.
Well, welcome to sunny, warm Florida.
It's definitely
Actually,
warm again.
Yeah, I was looking at the weather report this morning thinking, because I remember last year it was much warmer right now than it is this year. It
Correct.
seems like this is an absolutely gorgeous stretch of weather we have.
Oh, the wind is
I got up this
beautiful.
morning and it was only 70 degrees.
I know. And the breeze, and it's
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah.
Can't
yeah.
complain at all.
Lots of reasons why we call this paradise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, our friends and family up north, it's hotter up there than it is down here right now.
Yeah, it was, what was it, 97 or something in New York City?
Yeah, my friends in Cincinnati, they're going to be 91 today, and we're
Oh.
going to be a beautiful 84.
That's nice. That's nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
we talked to people in Baltimore yesterday, and it was 90 up there. So, and it was very lovely here.
And my daughter and her husband, they have the pool open. The kids have been in the pool every day in Michigan since they opened it last week. So,
Wow. Warm
Wow.
enough for a pool.
yep.
Wow.
Wow, that's amazing.
That is
Huh.
amazing.
Well, those kids are,
Interesting.
they're used to swimming in cooler weather, so and they
yeah.
keep the pool heated when they're in it. So
Sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, it's going to be a very interesting summer here. Obviously, the hurricane reports are out, and we had our first hurricane up way up in the Atlantic already.
they just want us to live in fear all the time.
That's right, yeah.
I'm just so over it.
Yeah.
The next 6 months, right?
Right.
Well,
Oh, my
I'm hoping we
goodness.
don't, because I don't know if anybody's going to be able to afford the home insurance, the homeowners insurance next year.
Which
If we do.
yeah, keeps going up and
Oh
up and
my
up.
goodness, it's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what do I see here? Giveaway Monday?
Oh yeah, today we're calling it Giveaway Monday.
Cool.
So you can reach us either by texting. Well, first of all, if you want to call into the show today, of course, that number is 772-340-1590. We would love to hear from you. And if you are interested in any of our giveaways today, you can text my cell phone, which is 772-200-5105. Or you can email us at mydreamhometeam@yahoo.com. And we'll have these available all week.
Cool. Well, and just make sure when you're texting, you're not driving.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yep.
Correct.
Let's
Absolutely.
be safe about that. Yep.
Yeah, in fact, I do appreciate that part of the cell phone now that says, I'm driving, I can't talk, I can't text you right now.
Oh, you have that on your cell phone?
Yeah, there's a feature on the cell phone that lets you do that.
Oh.
Yeah, I think
I'm gonna
the
have to check into
apples.
that.
Yeah, the apples are into that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
very cool. Very
Anyway, we have very useful things. There's a lot of people that still appreciate regular paper maps. And these are great maps. These are put out by the Chamber of Commerce, so they have all of the streets on them.
cool. I saw one in a museum once.
It's almost that bad.
I still like paper maps.
I do too.
I do too, and you'd be
Because
amazed.
GPS can throw you off.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, tell me about it.
Yeah, I have stories.
I was out in
and I've
Indian
heard
Town
stories.
yesterday, and my GPS was going crazy.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, because of lack of cell towers out there.
I was
I don't think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
it. I changed the setting on it, is what it was, and it was like, oh my gosh, where are you taking me? Because I didn't want to go on any highways. I wanted to go like on back roads, things
Oh,
like that.
cool.
So I changed the setting on my phone, and I really went on some back roads.
you
It's
got
a
the scenic
beautiful-
route, as they say.
Beautiful drive out there.
Well, I got to tell you, if you are interested in Western Martin County for property or for a home, that's the place to go.
Oh, yeah.
It is going to be all developed. There are already some of them are platted and their signs are up. I saw one community that has all 2-acre parcels in it.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Ooh,
That
yeah,
would be lovely. Yeah.
Yeah, so
A lot of people would like that because people don't like to be so close to their neighbors sometimes.
there's a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so we have these great road maps published and put out by the Chamber of Commerce, and they're countywide.
Right.
So if you want a county road map, give us a text or an email, and we'll get it out to you. We also have one of the most important kitchen tools that I think exists, because I can't open a jar with my
Bare hands.
weak hands anymore.
Yeah.
So this is a rubber jar opener that will go all the way around the lid, and you can open any lid you need to with that. We have those.
I use it every day.
Yep, I
Very
do
handy.
too.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Something kind of real estate related, home related. This is a really good article because a lot of people don't know the warnings of using alcohol. So this article says rubbing alcohol mistakes to avoid.
I was going to say drinking alcohol. No?
No.
No.
This is rubbing alcohol.
I gotcha.
Rubbing alcohol mistakes to avoid.
Oh, I might not know
No,
those.
I
either.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't make you avoid the other kind of alcohol.
We got to have a wine
Cliff's
every now
sitting
and
over
then.
there shaking his head.
Yeah. There are mistakes to avoid with that too, but
I gotta tell you, I was watching a Pioneer Woman show this weekend.
Oh, no.
She
What?
was planning a party,
oh boy.
and she made a punch with a whole bottle of Jack.
Wow.
Just kept pouring and pouring and pouring.
Oh, man.
I have a punch in my refrigerator right now that my neighbor makes when he has a get together, and he had it left over before he went back to Michigan, and that stuff is so good. You absolutely cannot tell that there's any alcohol in it until you've had a couple of glasses and you can't stand up. It's amazing. It's very tasty though.
Yes. So back to the giveaways. Rubbing alcohol mistakes to avoid. I can send you that. It's very good information. We also have 6 mistakes home sellers should avoid.
That would be good advice.
Mm-hmm. Especially in this market.
Right.
6 mistakes home sellers should avoid. This came from my Realtor Association friend, Renee D'Alessio.
Oh, very good. Yeah.
So, any of those things that you want, just let us know, and we can get them to you. Obviously, the articles can be emailed to you. The other things I can either drop off, you can pick up, or I can mail to you, whichever you want. So the maps, the street maps, the jar opener, or either one of the articles about home sellers or rubbing alcohol.
Cool.
Cool. Good stuff.
Fun stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So lots of stats to talk about today.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
I saved some on my computer, and I was going to bring the computer in and open it up and give those to you, but those will have to wait till next week, and I'll print them out because I had too much stuff to bring in besides the computer today. But what I do have is I have this report. This report I read. Where did I read this? I read this from Inman. Inman is a publishing company that does a lot of work in the real estate industry.
Okay, yeah.
They do periodicals, they do seminars, a lot of different things. So, in April of 2021, 47% of homes for sale in the U.S. went under contract in less than a week.
Oh.
47%.
47. Wow.
I can't read with my
And
glasses on.
that's U.S. wide.
This is
right?
U.S. wide. The squeeze
Holy
is happening at various
smokes.
price points and in dozens of metro areas.
Wow.
Various price points also. Like even $1 million homes are
Homes.
going under contract that fast.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy. Let's see. In April, 47% of home sellers accepted an offer on their property in less than 7 days. By comparison to April of 2020, only 30% of homes went under contract in a week.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 17% more this year. And if you remember, April of 2020 is right after our COVID lockdown started.
Sure.
But the housing selling boom started also. That's what I'm calling it.
Yeah.
Housing selling boom started. So even in April of 2020, 30% of homes went under contract in a week.
Now, I'd love to see the geographic breakdown on that, because nothing could have happened in like California, Washington, or Oregon, because those states were totally locked down.
Well, this is where it came from. Let's see. In 27 of the nation's 50 largest metros, a majority of homes went under contract in less than a week in April. In Columbus, Denver, Salt Lake City, a week was all it took for more than 70% of local listings to go pending.
There you go. Yeah.
Wow.
Sure.
Yeah, those poor people that are still locked down in other states just
I still
don't understand.
Yeah, I know. Well, and it was very interesting. I was listening to the sports station a little bit in Miami, and apparently Broward County has decided to open up the arena tonight for the hockey playoffs. Apparently, the Miami Heat announced last week that when the Heat come back in their playoffs with Milwaukee, that AAA would be open for business in Miami. Well, and Broward has not allowed fans for some reason. Broward's Broward. And so anyway, they're going to allow fans tonight. So
Good.
Yeah.
that's excellent.
Even if you have to wear a mask, it's nice that you're there and supporting them in person.
Sure.
I
Well,
think
yeah,
that's
or
great.
even if you have to wear a mask and sit in every other seat. I mean,
Sure.
you know,
Well, apparently Madison Square Garden last night for the Knicks playoff game, which they haven't had a playoff game in years, it was sold out.
That's awesome.
Which
Yeah.
Wow,
that's it.
fantastic.
Okay, yeah, because New York was one of the
Yeah.
mega lockdown
Right.
states.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
about time people stand up for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Along with the fact that homes are selling so quickly in many parts of the country, here's another one that I read this weekend. Existing home sales decline again as home prices grow to an all-time high. I mean, stop and think about it. If the inventory is tight, which means we don't have as many homes for sale as we have interested buyers,
Right.
those interested buyers who want to buy, let's say you have 20 buyers and 5 houses for sale. You don't have 20 houses for 20 buyers. You only
Right.
have 5 houses for 20 buyers.
And
Buyers have a tendency to spend, although sometimes it's not the best decision, they learn later, but buyers have a tendency to spend as much as they can. So that means they're going to take those 20 buyers are going to take those 5 houses and they're going to compete for those 5 houses
right.
You bet.
and pay as much as they have to get that one of 5 houses that they want.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if inventory is low and prices are getting pushed up, there's going to be a decline because you don't have enough houses.
Right. Right.
I mean, some of this stuff, they make it sound like rocket science, but it really isn't rocket science, because if it was, I wouldn't be doing it.
You understand it quite well, though.
You know?
Yeah.
You know how that works?
Oh. Oh, my.
Anyway, continuing inventory woes have hampered existing home sales for the third consecutive month, according to the National Association of Realtors. Existing home sales declined across the country, except in the Midwest region, where sales increased by 0.8% from March. So that's still not even a very big increase.
No.
And I would imagine that part of that comes from the fact that several of those states were locked down, and now they're not locked down anymore.
Yeah.
Well, and where we were with the IRC basketball team in Kansas, there was no activity.
Nothing.
I mean, there was nothing. And just to drive the, 50 miles that we had to drive to get to the ball games, there were like 7 major shopping centers that they're gone.
Closed.
And we're talking big
shopping
Sears, Home Depot, Lowe's, you name it. I
Yes.
mean, and it was like, oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
This is
My
a depressed
suggestion is
area.
all those empty shopping centers, all those empty
Large box come home.
tall business
Yeah.
office buildings that aren't being used, that could go a long way to help affordable housing.
Oh, that's a thought.
Wow, never thought of that. Yeah,
Yep, it could.
yeah.
I mean, it would be
Sure.
it would be a different way to live than we're used to living, but there's a lot of other countries that have overcome their large populations by building up and building smaller. So maybe it's time that we think about that.
Well, like the tiny home concept type
Yep.
thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
but not mobile.
But not, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
In fact, I was talking to a lady this weekend who things are getting so expensive around here, and mark my words, it's really going to hurt because it's already starting to hurt some people. She had to sell her condo, and she bought a what do you want? Basically a motorhome.
Mm-hmm.
She bought a motorhome and is living in
To live in it.
in a park,
Yeah.
and she has a full-time job here in Stewart.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's happening. Yeah.
You know? Anyway, to get back to the statistics again, this is the NAR chief economist Lawrence Yun, and he said in a written statement, despite the decline, housing demand is still strong compared to a year ago, evidenced by the home sales from this January to April, which are up 20% compared to 2020. So home sales in general in the country are up another 20%.
That's phenomenal.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Where did I see this? The upward drift in the cash purchases share to 25% of the sales compared to 15% of last year.
Wow.
So 10% more people are paying cash, or organizations are paying cash for the houses they're buying compared to this time last year. And the median sales price is at an all-time record high of $341,600.
I think we need to all move to San Francisco, where
That's
the
nationwide.
median price is, what is it, 780,000
yeah.
or
With
something?
all the homeless?
Yeah.
No,
It's
actually, I read something about San Francisco. That's where the hill. That's where the
Yeah.
Yeah.
over $1 million is the median price in San Francisco.
Well,
now.
if you're talking the inner city part, I believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's always been expensive, but now I'm sure. Well, and you talk about the hilly area. You get up into the hill country in Seattle as well, overlooking Puget Sound. I bet those places have got to be going for $1 million,
sure.
$1 million or more now. It's yeah, it's amazing.
I'm sure they sell little 2-bedroom. I don't know that they have a lot of bungalows out there, but 2 or 3 bedroom, 1 bathroom. They sell over $500,000.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, and this goes back to, maybe 20, well, it wasn't 20 years ago. It was maybe about 15 years ago. We went back out to San Diego, and I took Carol to the first house that I remembered, I was young, 4 years old, something like that. We moved to Pacific Beach, and it was like a little bungalow home, and it was still there.
Wow.
And so we had a dear friend who was doing a show on WSTU for years, Ray Lucia, who was based in San Diego. And his producer called me one day. He said, Greg. He said, what was the address of the house you grew up in? And I told him in Pacific Beach. He said, it just sold for $1.9 million.
Wow.
What? It's a one-bedroom.
Wow.
You know, and my dad bought it, you know, coming back from World War II.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he bought it for $5,000.
Yeah.
$1.9 million.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing, isn't it? That's phenomenal.
Well,
Not every part of the country is quite like that. I know where I grew up, the prices have gone up, obviously, but just like everywhere else, but not quite as drastically.
well, that's
Yeah,
absurd.
if you didn't grow
I
up
mean,
on the coast, then it's
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Yeah.
No, there weren't too many coasts in Missouri.
well, at least not by the original design.
no.
Yeah.
So I thought this was another interesting article. This one was reprinted in Florida Realtors. Florida is the number one for median list priced, most expensive home gap amounts. I
Okay,
know
I'm
it's really
lost.
weird too.
Yeah.
Okay. So from the median priced Florida home, now this is the state,
Right?
is $367,450.
Wow.
The highest priced home in Florida is $95 million.
That's a good gap.
Yeah. So it is a
that's gotta be on Fisher Island or
25,754% difference.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wonder where the highest priced home is. Is it on Palm Beach?
Let's see.
I'll bet Miami.
Maybe
That little
Miami.
Fisher Island.
Key Largo,
maybe? Oh,
Key
wow.
Largo.
Okay, there you go.
Wow.
$95 million.
Wow.
I'll take a dozen.
Yeah. At least. Key Largo.
But
sounds like
remember,
a nice
I don't
place.
have a median price for this time last year in Florida, but I can tell you that it was definitely a lot less than $367,450 for a median price last year.
Yeah, I'm thinking
This time last year.
300 to 250 to 300 maybe.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
thinking closer to that. Yeah.
Wow.
It's definitely increased.
$5 million. Oh.
So we're going to talk about pools a little bit.
Uh-oh.
I
Here
want
we go.
one.
Well,
I want one.
again, this is nationwide, so these numbers are not quite the same as they are in Florida because pools are, in order to be able to survive, pools are much more important for a lot of people in Florida than they
yeah.
are some other places.
Yeah.
But homes with pools selling at a premium. So the highlights of this article are that a house with a pool now may sell for about $27,000 more than a house without a pool.
Wow. Okay.
Before the pandemic, it would have only been $16,000 difference.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Eddie's on the phone.
Mm-hmm. Eddie, you're up. What's happening?
Hello.
Hi, Eddie. How are you?
Good, I'm good. You just answered one of my questions because I have a house that I've had for 16 years around Darwin Square, Port St. Lucie. And my question is, you just answered it. I mean, the pool does add, because they said, back in the day, the pool really doesn't increase the value of your home. So I was wondering, the Port St. Lucie area, what a 2,000 square foot home with a pool would go for in the market today. In the
Wow.
Port St. Lucie area.
That's the $64,000 question, Eddie.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it depends on the actual house and the age and the condition, and there are so
Well,
many
if it's
factors
15 years
involved.
old,
But in general, I can tell you that the houses, I probably have 60% of buyers that are looking for a house with a pool, as opposed to maybe 30 or 40% of buyers that are looking for a house without a pool. But in general, I would say that houses with a pool, roughly, right now, are going to be about maybe $30,000 more
Yeah.
$25,000 to $30,000 more.
Yeah.
But remember, if you have a house that doesn't have a pool yet and you go to build a pool, they're telling me that those prices are starting at $40,000 and $45,000 to build a pool.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I put mine in 15 years ago, so I don't remember paying that much. That's for sure.
Right.
And I've got a 30 by 30 enclosure, with the pool. It's a 14 by 28 swimming pool.
That's a good sized pool. Yeah.
Yep, it is.
Yeah, it is. Like
You
I
can
said,
do
it's
some
a 30 by
exercise in
30.
there.
Yes, I do. But just for the house itself, that's what I was wondering. For the house itself, a 2,000 square foot home, a 3-2, structure, what that price would be without the pool.
Well, again, a lot of it depends on when we do a market analysis, we have to only compare it to the similar homes in the same neighborhood. So a lot of it depends on location. But what I would tell you is that a 3-2 with a pool is probably the most popular home that people look at.
What they're looking for. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I live, like I said, behind Darwin Square. I don't know if you're familiar, but the Treasure Coast High School is right down the road.
Yep.
Right.
On Tulip. The area is booming.
It's
There's
booming.
houses on my block.
Oh, yes, it
Yeah,
is.
definitely.
Absolutely.
Construction right now.
Very desirable area.
So if you know the Darwin Square area, that whole area has been taken off since 09, 010, or 2010.
Yeah, there were a lot of empty lots out there, but they're filling up very quickly.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
Just in 1 month, there was like 4 houses going up around.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Almost every vacant lot has construction started on it.
Right.
now.
And we have a builder friend who that's what they do. They build a lot of their building is on single lots, vacant lots,
Right.
and they're sold out. They can't sell right now because everything they have in inventory is already sold.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
So the good news is, Eddie, you are in a great area. If you're thinking about selling and you want help to do that, we can certainly do a market analysis for you and give you the correct amount.
That'd be great. I think I'll get in touch with you guys.
Sure.
Sounds great.
And give them your phone number again, Eileen.
772-200-5105. If you just text me, we can set up an appointment and get you going.
That would be fantastic. I just, very curious about what my house is right now,
Sure.
But,
And there's no obligation when we do the market analysis for you. We'll be happy to do that and it's done at no cost, of course.
oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. What happened? Looking for that paper. I'm actually walking around. I dropped it. Where did it go? On the win ticket. What's the number again?
772
Okay.
200 5105.
5105.
Right.
Okay. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks, Eddie.
Great. Have a great
Bye. Have
day.
a good day.
Bye-bye.
That's interesting that he was talking about Darwin Square. I remember when Carol and I moved here from L.A. in 93, and I got here 3 months before she did. And a realtor helped me find our first home here, and it was a little street called Myers Court, which was
I
by
know
Tulip and Parr.
Yep.
And so anyway, we were the only house on the street, and it was so anyway. She's leaving Los Angeles, right? Flies
Oh my
in.
gosh.
And
House,
you know,
house.
I know. Oh yeah, yeah. And we're in the Marina Del Rey. So all of a sudden, get in at night. It's pitch black. Pitch black. No
street
lights. There's
None.
nothing. And it's like, she says, where are we going? And it's this is the other side of the moon. And then by the time we left, which was 3 years later, there were, a bunch of
Several
houses. And of course, now
yeah.
we can't even find the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing how quickly it changes.
Isn't it amazing? Wow. Yeah, he's in a hot area.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a nice area out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That'll be a good sale for him.
Yeah.
Market reports. I do have a few local statistics. Like I said, the rest of them are on my computer. I'll bring next week. But these I have. This is April median home prices for. Come on, Eileen. St. Lucie County. Price increased 20.7%.
Oh, gosh.
So this says,
Oh.
I got to put my glasses back on so I don't give you wrong information. 'Cause part of it's not. St. Lucie County median price increased to $295,000. That's median.
Wow.
$295,000.
So last year we were fairly close at between 250 and 280. So it's gone up that much.
Yeah, last year was more like 250.
250. That's what I
Yeah,
was thinking. Yeah.
295.
Oh, my goodness.
I wonder.
Let's see. I got Broward and Palm Beach County here. You want to know what they are?
Oh, yeah, it's probably absurd.
Well, their
too bad.
percentages have gone up a little bit, although, of course, their median is a lot higher than ours. But in Broward County, the median price increased 21.5% as opposed to ours 20.7%. So that's not a big difference.
That's a push.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But their median price is $464.
Yeah. Well,
As opposed to Palm Beach County's median price. Actually, theirs went up the most. Their increase was 27.7%.
ooh.
Wow.
Their
Wow.
median is $466.
Wow.
How much more is that than Broward for the median?
That's only $2,000.
Yeah, that's not much difference. But
Yeah.
it's gone
So
up a
according to
lot
this,
more.
Broward was higher than Palm Beach before.
Yeah.
Now it's not.
Yeah.
Well, and, you know, again, going back to Dr. Jerry Parrish's Florida scorecard again, that's why our move-ins now are now Miami #1, Palm Beach and Broward is #2, then New York, and then New England.
Wow.
Yeah. Ooh. Well, and you could tell if ours is 295 and theirs is what 460 or 470 something. It's understandable why people are moving up. They're calling it affordable housing down there. And we're not, but you know,
Yeah. Exactly.
And this also shows you why we have so many buyers coming to the Treasure Coast who are coming from up north and from down south.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll bet you 20% of the buyers that I talk to are coming from down south.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
worked with several lately from Miami area wanting to
Sure.
come up here.
This is a good statistic to tell you how short our inventory is. In a healthy market, our inventory is usually like 3 to 4 months. They call it 3 to 4 month inventory because it'll take you 3 to 4 months
Yeah.
to sell your house.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in all of those counties, it is less than 2 months now, 1.4 to 1.8,
Wow.
And that's not well.
and that is generous.
Yeah. That's
Because-
very generous.
You know.
We're
Some of
talking.
them
I
are
mean,
selling
where we're
in the first
working,
day
they're
they go
selling
on
the
the
day
market.
they go on the market.
Yeah. Yeah.
With multiple offers.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the house you were talking about at Florida Club? In
One day,
one day.
our first
One
offer,
day!
our first
Oh.
showing, full price offer.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
One day.
One day.
Oh God. Oh. Okay. Wow.
The only reason they're taking longer than one day is sometimes they're waiting to see whether they get a higher, better offer
Well, sure.
before they decide. So they'll take it 3 or 4 days they'll do their open house and their showings, and then they'll get all their offers together and decide. So it takes maybe 1, 2, or 3 days, but
But
most of the
actually,
time they would
they're
sell the
selling.
first
They're
day.
selling basically first day on the
Yeah.
market because they are getting offers the first day
First
on the
day.
market.
Sure.
Yeah, they're just choosing to like if they put it on the market on a Friday, they're gonna say in their listing all offers by 6 p.m. Sunday,
right,
highest and best by 6 p.m. Sunday,
right.
and then have at it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is.
Wow.
It really is.
Well,
We don't have a guest today, but actually, I think it's a good thing because we had so much information to go through
you're
today.
3/4 of the way through the show already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a good friend in my BNI group who is really into alternative forms of currency.
Oh boy.
So I told him I was going to send this to him, but this is the headline on this is property sale in Rhode Island, first in the nation to be paid in Dogecoin.
That's interesting.
There
I
are
don't know
people
enough
making
about
tons
it.
of money by investing in that stuff.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, Cliff has become a billionaire on this deal. Yeah.
Wow.
So you need a new house, Cliff?
Yeah, we got one for
We got a 95 million.
95
you can buy,
million,
Cliff.
baby. It's yours. Oh, it's just a couple Dogecoins.
Yeah.
So yeah, Century 21 sold this house. Property sale in Rhode Island, first in the nation to be paid in Dogecoin.
So
thought
which
that was
title
really-
company accepted Dogecoins?
I don't know that they tell us that.
Yeah, I'll
Yes.
bet they don't.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But I do remember an article I brought in a few weeks ago. I think a few weeks ago, saying that there is an investor who has rental properties and now is accepting rental payments in optional currency.
Interesting.
Wow. Okay.
Well, wouldn't the seller would have had to have agreed to the Dogecoin, correct?
Oh,
The
sure.
Well,
And then
yeah,
the-
but I
the-
mean,
the
the seller
title
doesn't
company
care as
too?
long as they're getting paid.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
what I'm told is you take it and you convert it into
actual currency.
real money.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I don't know the first thing about that stuff.
I don't either. They were talking. They were talking about it at that event this weekend, and it's like,
Yeah.
whoa.
That's amazing.
That's yet a new wrinkle in your business.
Yeah.
I raised kids for a lot of years. I didn't invest, so that's I leave that
I don't
part.
know
I
the
leave that
first
part
thing.
to my son.
Yeah. Yeah.
David's
Oh,
pretty good about that stuff. So,
That's why.
I was looking to see if it told us who closed it.
What title company?
Yeah, it doesn't say,
Wow.
but it does say it. I'm pretty sure that it said the price. Hang on one second. By the time the contract was completed on May 8th, those 160,000 Dogecoins had risen in value to 116,000, which is 72 cents per coin, giving the seller the upper hand. It sold, I guess it sold for. So what they say is, for instance, if you accept an offer on behalf, if the client accepted the offer of 160,000 Dogecoins on the plot, so it wasn't a house, it was
Oh,
land,
it was land. Okay.
in early May, which at the time was about worth $50,000, which was only 31 cents per coin. And then it rose to 72 cents per coin
Ooh.
by the time the contract, it says completed, which tells me closed. Wow. Pretty amazing.
Okay.
Sounds
All right.
Yeah, I still don't know. if I
sounds
understand all
volatile
that.
to me, just like the stock market does.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So I want to rent an apartment.
you want to rent an apartment?
So
I'll go back and find the article because I keep all of them. I'll go back and find the article for the landlord who is accepting alternative currency and let you know.
So what about rental availabilities?
Are you talking?
Annual or
Are you talking
seasonal?
annual rental or are you talking next season? Next season, we are having a heck of a time finding.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those properties that had been used, especially condos and single family homes that had been used for rentals in the past, have now, with this higher market, have now been sold
Yeah.
to a new owner who doesn't plan to rent them next season.
Sure.
Right.
We're getting calls almost daily from former customers and clients who want us to find something for rental for next year. We can find them. I don't even want to say that because we can't, because those have changed also. Even the places, even the communities where I knew I could always make a phone call before, they were pricey, but I knew I could make a phone call before and find a rental for the season.
Can't.
Not happening this year.
No.
If I don't already have those people on the list when they start their rentals, start solidifying the properties in those communities that are going to be for rent next season, I'm probably not going to find one.
We have a couple friends. One was with an NBA club who was living on the island and always rented his place out. Well, he's living there now.
Yeah.
And then we have another friend who's going to be probably moving back here. And has always had his apartment for rent on Hutchinson Island, and that's going to be a permanent resident.
Yep.
Right.
That's what's happening
Yeah.
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 on the island and off the island.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. That's amazing.
Very
Yes.
difficult to find something.
Yes. And these new apartment complexes that they are finally building, those are annual rentals. Those aren't seasonal rentals. So I know of one apartment complex that will rent for 6-month increments, but nothing less.
So it's hard to find seasonal even.
Well, yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
would be difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And when we call our contacts that we've gotten clients into seasonal rentals with before, they say they don't have anything available because, of course, their customers come first.
Right. Right.
Sure.
So,
Woo.
and if you want less than 3 months, you really are in trouble because they want to take 3 to 6 month leases. They don't want to. A lot of them rent for less than that.
Well, and so many of them have changed their HOA requirements
Right.
also, and
Right.
they are saying minimum 3-month rental.
Right. So, it's tough. For
It's getting harder and harder.
Yeah.
So, I'm even suggesting to people, if you really want to move to Florida and you can't find what you want right away because you either don't want to compete with all of the other buyers or you're just not sure where you want to permanently land yet, then take an annual rental. You'll be down here for a year, and that will give you plenty of time.
And look around.
Right,
Plenty of
right.
time to
Yeah.
look around and find out where is going to be most comfortable for you.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly what we did. We looked around for about 2 or 3 years and finally found the place we wanted to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So unless you've come here many years in a row and you kind of know the area, that is one of the best ways to do it, to rent for a year and look around. But some people have been coming back to this area, so they know the area, but it's a little harder even then to find,
Well, and what happens in those cases a lot of times too is they want to come to the area that they're familiar with, but the prices have increased so much
Right.
they can't afford to do that.
right.
So they're going to have to find a new area that they like and can afford.
But they're only going to go up. I mean, that's that's the reality of it. It's
Well, at least in the distant future that I see, they're only going to go up. They may be leveling off a little bit because the number of buyers, we still will be in a 12-month buying season instead of a 4 or 5 or 6-month buying season. We have plenty of buyers still looking, but there are not as many buyers as we're looking, let's say, in January, February, and March.
Right.
So the number of showings have slowed down, which in turn will make the prices start to level off a little bit. But I certainly don't see, I don't see any bubble bursting at this point.
Mm-hmm.
At least not in Florida.
Well, and I know that obviously the folks in Sebastian who are listening understand the fact that, of course, they've been promoting Sebastian as the next Port St. Lucie, but they have seen marked increases.
Absolutely.
In their
Indian River
properties.
County.
Oh,
Yep.
my goodness.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most definitely.
Sure.
Yeah, it's amazing.
In fact, I've been looking for waterfront property in Indian River County for a customer for a good 8 months now, and that stuff is just, where let's say in August it might have been 600,000. Now it's 800,000-900,000.
Oh, yeah. But it's gold now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So now your dream home team, you are growing, right?
We are growing, yes. We have actually, I have an appointment with a marketing company this afternoon, so that we will have a lot more potential buyers and sellers than we can handle. So we are definitely growing. If you are licensed, or if you're thinking about getting a license and you want to come and be affiliated with an organization that considers this service, and we will help you with your marketing, then give us a call or email us or come and see us at the office, which is in the Florida Club. And that's going to be the next growing area in Martin County, is going to be out
definitely.
where the Florida Club is.
Yeah, yeah.
And what's your website for folks who...
Website is www.mydreamhomeusa.com.
We're still in the USA, right?
We are.
Okay. I'm
Yes,
just,
we
I'm
are.
just double checking.
And just incidentally also, if you go onto our website to do a search, because you can do a search in there, that is more up-to-date information than you're going to find on any other of those websites like Zillow or Realtor.com. They all have to wait for the feed to come out. But the search that we have on the website is directly the MLS search. So that is the most up-to-date information.
And Zillow has I have talked to a few people who've been bitten by Zillow that, just the valuations were wrong. It was just like, a lot of stuff is not quite accurate with
Right.
them.
Well, it's not my place to talk about other organizations. I just want to let you know that our website gives you the most up-to-date information.
There you go. MyDreamHomeUSA.com.
Right.
Go to it. Yeah,
Right.
that's cool. And, I think whether it's, I don't care what the profession is, or now that you've got to really start studying, whether you're a buyer or seller or whatever, we need to continue our education there, and that's where you guys come in.
Oh,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. eXp Realty is great. They offer probably, I'm going to say, a minimum of 50 hours a week in educational programs for us to participate in. And that's all virtual, so we can do it at our convenience,
Right. Right.
which makes it twice as good.
Sure.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yep.
You can sit at home in your pajamas if you need to, but
Yeah. We have a weekly meeting for our state. Our broker is the greatest guy. He always says, I am agent-centric. I am all about agent success, and I am the most agent-centric broker in the country, and he really is.
Now, where is he? Is he located down here, or is he somewhere else?
Yeah, he's in, what in the world is the name of that? I know that as well as I know my own. What's the name of his address?
I don't know. It's on the west
I want to
coast.
say Siesta Key.
Somewhere.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just south of, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. His office is
Nice.
in Siesta Key. And
Nice.
yeah.
Oh, what a beautiful place over there.
yes. Another
Yeah.
great thing about eXp Realty is we are not a franchise, so we don't pay franchise fees.
Right.
But the company is designed to give us the opportunity to have many different income streams if we choose to use them. And they also give us the opportunity to work with companies who are affiliated with EXP that have already been vetted and gone through EXP's.
Ooh.
Yes, gone through
Nice.
EXP's. I don't know how to.
Like favored vendors or whatever.
Things
Right,
like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes.
They've already investigated them and make sure that they do.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
that's
also
great.
halfway through. I'm halfway through our training program for our exclusive EXP iBuyer program, also too. So I'll be able to offer that when I get finished with it.
And we can work with agents all across the country and actually all across the world. If we have some customer that wants to move to India, we can contact agents in India and get them in touch with our customers and refer them to them.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not limited to just Florida or just the Treasure Coast. So
Brazil, they just opened Brazil not very
Right.
long ago.
right. So a lot of countries in Europe that we can work with as well.
Right. And
So
you
it's a
know
great
what? I didn't
company.
realize we're getting so low on time. Is there
Yeah.
one of those listings that you think is really important to get the information out there on? We haven't even talked about
Well-
active listings
Yeah,
today.
you got a
One of
couple of
them-
minutes left.
Yeah, there's several. It just depends on what you want. But there's a condo in Jensen. It's a 2-2. It's 1,100 square feet, and they're asking $296,900 for that. There's several homes in any area of the Treasure Coast that we can help you find. Port St. Lucie has mostly 3-2s that are really nice. A couple of them new on the market. A 3-2 that's 1,300 square feet. They're asking $230 for, and then there's another 3-2 that's 2,088 square feet. They're asking $349. So it just depends on the area that you want to be in or look at. We can help you find whatever you're looking for.
And I'm going to be showing condos this afternoon in the Sandpiper Bay area for 55 and over community.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah,
love
it's
Sandpiper.
tucked back in, nice and
I
quiet,
love
tucked
Sandpiper
back in there.
Bay. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Pretty area down there.
a great
Yeah.
place. Yeah. Wow. We've done it.
Wow, we're out of time already.
We're out of time.
Have
Yeah.
a wonderful week, everybody. And, give us a call if you need to, 772-200-5105.
All right.
Everybody
and
have a great day.
we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Right.
yeah, that's
Happy
right.
Memorial Day.
That's it.
Yeah. Take care now.
You've been listening to My Dream Home Radio right here on WPSL, Port St. Lucie, Talk of the Treasure Coast, webcaster to the world, and WSTU Stewart, Martin County's heritage station, serving the Treasure Coast since 1954.